Hey there, my friends, how are you? You know about Diablo Immortal, the new mobile game that's coming out from Blizzard? Are you a huge Diablo fan and you've heard about this? You heard about this at BlizzCon and all that stuff? Are you new to Diablo universe completely? You have no idea about it? You just heard about this game and you want to know what Diablo Immortal is all about? Well, today is your lucky day. We talk about all of the things that we know right now, all the news, the trailers, the story about Diablo Immortal, and all of that's getting started right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another video. Today we are talking about Diablo Immortal. That's right, a new mobile experience from Blizzard. Diablo, the next Diablo is going to be on the phone? What? Psh, do you remember that BlizzCon? It was crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. So what we're going to talk about today is Diablo Immortal. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at all of the news. We're going to watch some trailers. I'm going to tell you my opinion about it. We're going to break down the controls, mobile versus PC. We're going to talk about some of the drama, but mostly we're going to concentrate on the positivity here, because that's what it's all about. It's a gaming experience, so that's what it should be. I'm super excited about it. I hope all of you are as well. So let's jump right into it. Let's break it down, and let's talk about Diablo Immortal. Uh-oh. There's a barb. Oh, I love barbarians. One of my favorite classes. Oh. A whirlwind it. Oh, look at this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. God, this trailer looks so good. Blizzard's always been good with their cinematics, though. I mean, they're always on point. Their stuff's beautiful. There more?
If humanity is to survive, they must stand together and face the rising.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7? No, 6. So you can play 6 together? You know, in Diablo 3, you can only play with 4 players. Who's that? May not be enough. Oh my god, I cannot wait for this awesome trailer. Whew. Oh, did you like that? How awesome was that? All right, so Diablo Immortal, right? Coming to your phone, Android. It's coming to Apple. It's gonna be, you can play it on a tablet. You'll be able to play it on your phone. I'm not sure about like BlueStacks and emulators as well, but mostly it's designed to be played on your mobile device. A lot of people are not used to that or whatever, but this is gonna be one of the biggest mobile titles that's gonna come to any mobile game, right? And Blizzard being the biggest gaming company there is, Blizzard knows how to make games. So before we go any further, I do want to say that this company knows exactly how to make games. Diablo has been around for how long? They know how to make games and they know how to keep them around. They're rich, they're deep, there's a lot of story, there's a lot of depth in it, they're super fun, and they get people involved. If they didn't, they wouldn't be around for this long. I've played World of Warcraft, who played, you know, any of you who have played any of the Blizzard games, they're amazing games, right? There's a lot of depth behind it. And in my opinion, it's actually one of the things that's very important in, you know, when you come into the mobile market. We'll talk about that as well very soon, but right now, the game. So what is this game all about? Well, this is like an RPG, MMO, action, slasher type of game where you can pick a character. There's usually 5 to 8 different classes that you can pick. It can be a male or female, you can customize them or whatever. You can pick them, and then basically you play the story mode. The story mode is usually between 1 and 70. That's like between level 1 and level 70. And as you progress through the story mode and get through the actual story mode of the game, you beat it, and then that's when the game really starts. So that's when you start doing your grinding, you gearing, you do something called rifting, you do a bunch of like dungeons and things like that to basically a never-ending fight between you and the you know, hordes and hordes of monsters and bosses and, you know, levels and all and so forth. So you do that with your friends, which is a great experience when you do it together. You do it to loot, to get lots of money, to upgrade your gear, to upgrade the stats in the gear. There's infinite things that you can do to your gear to customize your character to the way you want, the abilities and so forth. There's a lot of stuff in Diablo. It's really cool because of that. You can basically beat the game, and then afterwards the value of Diablo is being able to continue playing with your friends, by yourself, to do speed runs, to get yourself better gear, and then they introduce more and more content into the game, and as you introduce more and more, you just want to keep playing because there's more and more things that come up in the game. And that's what Diablo and really Blizzard and just in general a good game is all about, right? So that's what the idea here is. Diablo is a slasher that you're gonna be able to play on the phone. Generally, right, Diablo 1, 2, and 3 came on a PC. You're playing on Switch, maybe some other systems at once, but really realistically the game was designed and built the hardcore audience of Diablo, the huge big fans, have been playing the game on PC for a long time. So you have a keyboard and you have a mouse, right? You have a way to be able to move around and do your stuff and all of that. It's very similar to World of Warcraft. In fact, actually World of Warcraft is a bit more complicated in my opinion because there's a lot more abilities and buttons, but in general you have your 3 or 4 abilities, right? Then you have your main abilities with your mouse, and then you click and point and kind of do your thing, and it actually works really well. I love the mouse and keyboard of Diablo, right? But Diablo Immortal is going to be different. It's going to be a mobile experience. It's something that just has not been around. The first time ever they're bringing a mobile experience to the game. But where does Diablo Immortal sit in the timeline of Diablo itself? So the Diablo Immortal story, the entire story sits between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Now in Diablo 2, you basically beat this demonic lord, right, of terror, Diablo. You defeat him, and then there's a soul stone that basically shatters, and then there's a whole addition to Diablo 2. It's called the Lord of Destruction, where his brother Baal corrupts the world stone, forcing somebody else to destroy it and so forth and so on. And then Diablo Immortal happens, and then Diablo 3 happens. Diablo 3 is something that's out now. Diablo 4 is actually something that's going to be coming out. I cannot wait for that either. But that's coming out a bit later. So Immortal sits in between 2 and 3 and gives us that backstory. The backstory of what happens, you know, in the world of chaos where everything is just crazy, and this is where Immortal takes place. So that's where this comes in. So what's a good thing about this? I love this because it kind of gives us more in-depth story, maybe into Diablo, right? Into what happened between those times and all that. I think the story is great. I would love to see and progress through the game and see what they came up with. I'm pretty sure that Blizzard putting their name on the game is not going to just come up with something, you know, bad and shaky, right? I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a little bit of like a piece or an addition to the story of Diablo while we wait for 4. I'm pretty excited for Diablo 4. And while we wait for Diablo 4, I think this is a great little side piece for me to be able to play and see what else happens in Diablo, right? So it gives us a little more of a clue. Plus, of course, it's on the phone, right? It's on mobile. How exciting is that? You're going to be able to take this and play it on your phone. I'm pretty excited about it. Now, some people are not. Some people are upset because they say, well, you know, there's so many reasons why people are upset. People are always upset, right? And there's some people that are happy. Now, the reason I'm happy is because I think it's going to bring a lot more people into the Diablo universe, into this world where some people maybe that don't have a PC or don't have the dedication and time to put into a PC. You know, some people just aren't like that. Some people are mobile. You know, you take this bad boy with you everywhere, right? You can take it, and during a lunch break or whatever, sit down and play some Diablo. You know, while you're waiting at the doctors or whatever you are, you know, you're waiting at the office, you're sitting there, you can slap on there and do a quick couple of rifts or whatever. You know, that's really cool. I like this. This is a really nice idea, in my opinion. I'm very excited about it. So that is the whole idea, right? Diablo Immortal coming to your phone. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And I mean, it's giving you a lot of different stuff in here. Now they gave us a gameplay trailer where they showed us a little bit of each class. They showed us some of these things right here, like where you're gonna be able to do things like that, like jump onto ropes. That's I can't wait. That's so cool. And then they also talked to us, they showed us some abilities where you'll be able to stack and like counteract specific special abilities. I like that. I watched I believe it was it a monk? It was a monk or a wizard, I think. They were using an ice blast, and then they used an ice crystal, and then shot the ice, the polar ice blast through it, and then it like modified the shot and shot it out. It was really cool. There's a lot of stuff like that. That's pretty cool. I really like that. It's gonna be a multiplayer. They say massively multiplayer action in your pocket, so we'll see what that means when the game comes out. I mean, I saw 6 players, I think. Right, that's pretty cool. I don't know how much your phone is gonna be. I know that the phones nowadays are super strong and not the way they used to be. They're like way stronger than, let's say, Nintendo Switch, right? And this game comes on Nintendo Switch, so I mean, easily, in my opinion, your phone should be able to handle it. I mean, I don't know about the whole network. That might be my only concern there. Like being on 4G or 3G and maybe the service is bad and you're trying to raid with people or whatever. That might be an issue. I don't know how that would work. Maybe you need to be on the Wi-Fi to be able to play. Like maybe you should be, otherwise you drop. I don't know what happens. So there's that. And there's a lot of different levels, which is pretty cool. They gave us a whole new, look at that. That's pretty awesome. So cool. I love that. They gave us a whole new trailer. We're going to check that one out, the development update, where they showed us a whole bunch of different levels. I'm actually going to talk you through that right about now. But before that, let's talk about the controls. One of the things that I wanted to talk about. So that could be a big issue, right? For some people. So for some people, it is a big issue. They're like, wait, the controls, how are you going to do that? No mouse, no keyboard. Well, so the controls are set up this way. If you notice right here, I got this big little mouse that you can see. Right over here, you have the thumbstick, right? And from what I hear from all the different people that have played it, the Winter BlizzCon, etc. I've watched a whole bunch of reviews and everything. People say that this is a pretty smooth action thing. So you have your thumb, right? And that's going to do your controlling and moving around. This, in my opinion, actually presents a little bit of a problem. But let's get to that in a minute. So then on the right-hand side, you have those buttons right over here, right? You have all these buttons. So that's the main ability right here by my head. I'll put it right here. That's the main ability. That's the secondary ability. And then you have your 3 specials, right? Normally in Diablo, there's 4 specials, right? And then there's a heal. And the heal is right over here, right? That's the healing potion right over here. So that's all right. Now, one of the things, my concern would be that if you can't aim, right? So if you're doing this, scrolling around with this, and I mean, I know it looks really easy and well, and maybe that's going to be smooth, but if you can't aim, like with my mouse, right? I could do aiming and making my attacks, and here you can't. So they have this auto aim feature that they're talking about, where it's gonna target the closest person and start doing that. I'm not sure how much I like that. That's my only negative about this. Like, I love the whole idea of bringing it on the phone. I love the idea of using a mobile device and maybe being able to do it right on a touchscreen. It would be cool. Let's say if you can maybe, I guess, incorporate a controller for some people who don't like touch screens or using the phone. But my only concern would be like the aiming, right? That is different than, let's say, using an actual computer and a PC and a mouse and playing Diablo that way. I mean, I understand why the developers did it that way, right? It's a pretty big limitation if you think about it. Maybe it works really well. I'm going to reserve my opinion until I actually play it, but that would be one of my concerns about the controls. Otherwise, this looks really solid, and everybody that I've talked to said that it's really smooth, really fun, and it's basically one of the smoothest games, mobile games that they've ever played. Because that's another big concern, right? A lot of people are saying, well, this is a mobile game. Like, mobile game, how are you gonna, well, mobile, listen, I think you should definitely forget that, shred that. Technology grows, it grows exponentially and infinitely, so that means that everything else has to catch up. Phones nowadays are super strong. Some of the phones have 6, 8, some of them have 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's crazy. 8 gigabytes of RAM. I used to run my laptop on 4. I mean, I used to run my laptop on less than that. God, I'm getting old. Anyway, so the idea is, though, this stuff grows, right? So if your phone can handle that type of stuff, I mean, why not? And Blizzard is the one to do it, in my opinion. They have the nicest, they always package their stuff so well. Everything's so clean. They have very good quality control, in my opinion. I know a lot of people maybe hate Blizzard. Some people might say, oh, well, you know, they're selling out because NetEase is making this game versus NetEase. Blizzard is putting their name on it. Blizzard doesn't put anything. They don't put their name on anything unless they're sure about it. Think about it. Think about how much they're riding on this. Right? It's their name. Of course, it's going to be awesome. It's Blizzard. I mean, I'm not trying to be a fanboy or anything, but we all love Diablo, right? I love World of Warcraft, right? There's a lot of stuff. Blizzard knows what they're doing. So I'm sure that this is going to be good. I'm super pumped about it because this is the first mobile game that I'm actually pumped about. I mean, there's a game called Clash of Clans that I cover on my YouTube channel. I'm pumped about that, but really this game right here is going to push your phone to its limit. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for multiplayer. And so yeah, classes, right? This game, we're going to come up with, it's going to ship, they say, with 6 classes. So Barbarian, a Monk, a Wizard, a Demon Hunter, a Crusader, and a Necromancer. That's so awesome, right? 6 classes for this. I'm sure maybe they'll add more eventually or something like that. We'll see how that works, but that's pretty solid. Right, I'm gonna start with the Barbarian, I think, and then after that I'm gonna probably do my Demon Hunter. Barbarian is gonna be my tank with a whirlwind, spinning around, blasting things, and I got my Demon Hunter is gonna be my DPS, and then afterwards I'll see what else I'm gonna do. But I'm really pumped about that, super excited. Classes in Diablo, man, look at this, and the artwork and all that. I mean, that's one thing that's really cool about Blizzard. They really, I mean, look at this. I can't wait. I'm so excited. All right. So you can pre-register for this. You should. You can go to either Google Play Store or you can go to the Apple, the App Store, and pre-register for this game. Nice and easy. Bang bang. Doesn't cost anything. Make sure you do that there. Or you can come to the website DiabloImmortal.com, the website that I'm on right now, and check out all of this stuff that I'm showing you right here. All of these levels, all of this craziness. Now we're gonna watch the we're gonna actually watch this development update. They dropped another video on us. They showed us a little bit more about Diablo Immortal. There's a cinematic trailer, what's gonna happen and all that. I'm super excited about that. So let's jump into that as we talk about the last few things I want to talk about with Diablo Immortal. We're gonna watch this development update, which is this guy right over here. Super pumped about that. All right, here we go. So let's check this out as I talk to you about some more stuff about Diablo Immortal. I'm super excited. So this is a new trailer, basically a new thing that they dropped on us just a little while ago, I think in November, right? They dropped on us and showed us some more zones. They showed us more characters. They showed us a lot more stuff, right? So beautiful, really beautiful stuff. And I've talked to a lot of people who went to BlizzCon and played this game, and they say that. They say that this is a really smooth experience. It feels really nice. It's beautiful. The graphics are amazing. It's really, really nice, nicely put together. As the little piece that they played, of course it was a very, very small piece that they played because this game is not done. It's not even close to being done, unfortunately. That is one of those things that I cannot wait to play this. Look at the Demon Hunter going pow pow pow. I can't wait to play this because look at this, right? I'm very excited because finally somebody is bringing something that is worthy to the mobile market, right? Too much. The mobile market has sucked lately, right? Or not lately, before. It used to be, right? It used to be because the phones weren't able to handle it, and then maybe some of the companies don't have enough money or enough backing to get into this gaming stuff, and then you get these loot boxes and monetizations and all kinds of other things that ruin games and whatever. And you know what? Like, I'm hopeful. I'm excited that Blizzard decided to say, hey, one of my favorite gaming companies decided to say, hey, we're gonna come into this mobile market and we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna make. And some people say, well, it's not really them. They're offloading into NetEase, blah blah blah. No, listen, and don't be upset because I hear the same people that are saying that are upset about Diablo 4 not coming out. Well, if you're gonna want the Blizzard folks to start working on Diablo Immortal, then the 4 is gonna be even longer, right? You don't want that to happen, and that's of course what they're doing. If you think about it, that's just a smart decision, right? Do all this stuff that you want to do, but have other people help you do it, so you can still work on Diablo 4 and Diablo 3 content that we're all excited for and want to come as soon as possible, right? So that's what they're doing. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it and I'm hopeful. I think you should be as well. Try to think a bit more positively about the situation. I have faith in Blizzard and I'm pretty excited about this. Look at this trailer. It's crazy. Look at this Diablo 4. I love that. All right, so let me give you my 2 cents about it, my opinion, and then we'll jump into some of the other stuff, and maybe I'll give you some of the negatives I think about as well. Here are some of the positives and negatives. So I'm super excited that Diablo is coming to the mobile while we wait for Diablo 4. I'm excited because I'm going to be able to bring my mobile phone with me everywhere. I do have a PC. I play Diablo on PC. I love it, but I can't bring it with me. It is like 50 pounds. I got a graphics card in there. I got all kinds of stuff, and it's crazy. I'm also super excited that this right here is going to be able to bring a whole bunch more players into Diablo universe. whether it's Diablo 3-ish or whatever, it is Diablo universe. Whether it's for super hardcore players, maybe not. You've been playing Diablo forever, you play every night, you do some gear, you know, you do some grinding, right? You know, you do GR 100 something and all of that and blah blah blah. You try to climb the leaderboards, great, do that, no problem. Diablo 3 is still around. Diablo 4 is definitely coming and they're working on it. They showed you the trailer. I cannot wait for that, right? Super exciting. So why not bring it to the phone so other people can play it as well and enjoy it, and maybe that will give them say, hey, wow, this is really cool. Maybe I should go get it on my PC. I mean, maybe I should go get it on my Switch. Maybe I should get it on whatever else I have to jump into Diablo. So I am pretty excited about that. That is being, you know, extended into the other universe. That's very exciting. Now, also, I saw the gameplay in the trailer. I'm pretty excited that there's some really nice graphics. I heard it was really smooth and nice and everything like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Here's some negatives. I also heard that the maps are small. Now, even the bigger maps, they say, are small. I mean, it wasn't me, I didn't play it, so I'm not gonna be able to, you know, sit there and tell you, oh, whatever. But I heard, and I talked to a lot of people, they're saying that basically that like there's 8 maps, I think, that we're getting started with. They're dropping with 8 maps, they said, and there's 7, right? Where did I write this down? They said 7 dungeons and 8 maps are dropping right at start. Okay, that's pretty good. But if I talk to a lot of people and I've listened to a lot of reviews and all that, and a lot of people say that the biggest maps that they offer are basically the size of if you ever played Diablo 3, but Festering Woods, it's one of the areas in Diablo. That's it. They say that's like the biggest map that they have, and that's quite small. It's also very linear, and it has like a lot of small, narrow pathways, and the dungeons in there or whatever are small as well. So that's one of my concerns, and the reason that's my concern is because they say that the maps aren't going to be interactive. That's my other concern. Okay, so I have 2 negatives about Diablo Immortal. Right, actually, I lied. I have 3 negatives. See, look at that. I'm not just all positive. I'm not fanboying. There's that. So I have, the maps are quite small. And I heard that the maps are not going to be changing, so they're not going to be moving around like in Diablo 3. That's one of the really good features about Diablo 3. Like, yeah, the enemies are placed in different locations, but the maps sort of change, like the way they're laid out change, so it's never the same. It doesn't feel like it's a grind that's never changing. You never really know where the exits are, the doors are. Things move around and constantly change. It's a random type of thing. It's built into Diablo 3. It's super awesome, and unfortunately it's not coming to the phone. I'm worried there. That's one of the things I don't like. There's that, and then and of course the last thing would be the auto aim feature. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I haven't played it. I need to play a bit more to really be able to kind of give you my experience with it, and I will as soon as I be able to. But realistically, I'm not sure how I feel about being able to auto run and do the auto aim. I like the idea of aiming with my mouse and being able to hit multiple targets, the ones that I want versus the one that's like closest to me. And I know it's quite difficult to be able to change that, but the idea is that it still could be an issue. So those are the 3 things I don't like about Diablo Immortal. And then there's a lot of stuff that I do like about Diablo, like all the stuff that I talked about, the fact that I'll be able to play on my phone, on my break, whenever I want. It's gonna give me an extra look into the Diablo universe. It's gonna give me a backstory between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 as I'm getting ready and waiting for Diablo 4 to come out, which, by the way, is amazing. Did you see that? Oh, so excited about that. So as I'm doing that, right, this is where Immortal is. And for all the new people that have never played Diablo, this is be a great little experience for them. They can jump in, be on their phone, play it, see what it's all about, and maybe they'll decide to, hey, come in and play with me on the PC. Maybe they'll decide to buy Diablo 3 while they wait for Diablo 4 and come play with me, do some raids, get crazy. I mean, you never know, right? That's the whole idea. I think it's a positive experience. So now, and of course, and last but not least, I'm going to address some of the negativity. I know that there's a lot of people that are upset at Diablo at Immortal, and I mean, I was reading and listening to why they're upset about it, and I can understand before when they didn't announce Diablo 4 and announced Immortal, which in my opinion was a big mistake, right? But that's water under the bridge, right? That was before. Now you know Diablo 4 is coming. You know they're working on it. So why are we upset about Immortal? I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, concerns? Sure. I mean, are they gonna monetize and loot box it? I don't think so. I mean, I really don't. I don't think that, because if they do, it's gonna flop. I mean, it's a great game, right? It looks like a great game, Looks like Blizzard's putting a lot of time into it. Looks like they're doing all their quality controls and checks and all that. Looks like they're gonna be one of the first people to actually take, hopefully take mobile gaming seriously, to the point where they're going to be able to utilize all of the phone's power and all of that and bring an awesome game that we all want to play on our phones. That's a Diablo 3, right? Or maybe continuation. That's what people are saying it really is. A lot of people say this is like a Diablo 3 on the phone type of deal. And I mean, that's awesome. How excited am I going to be about that? I'm pretty excited about it. And hey, if you don't want to play it, don't play it, right? Diablo 4 is coming. So I really don't see why people are super upset about that. I mean, I understand, but at the same time, Diablo 4 is coming, Immortal is coming too. There's going to be choices. I'm super pumped about that. I'm going to be playing both. If you ask me, I cannot wait till Diablo Immortal comes out. I'm actually going to be playing with my friend Echo Gaming. If you've never heard of Echo Gaming, he's a content creator who has 2 channels. That's right. He has a Clash of Clans channel. I'll link that one. And he has a Diablo channel. That's right. Our Diablo channel is super just straight up all about Diablo. And I do a lot of stuff with him. We do some collaborations. We do some a bunch of other stuff. We do some live gaming sessions together. You should definitely go check him out. I'll put him in the description of this video. Make sure to subscribe to me, obviously, and to him as well, because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff together. I'm super pumped about that one. So ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up this. I'm going to say at the end that there is no release date. I know some people are, I mean, I'm excited, right? I cannot wait. Like, when is this release date? When are we going to get it? We don't know yet. They haven't released it. In fact, from what I've heard, I was watching some reviews and some YouTube videos, and there were a lot of people that went to Blizzard, and they were saying that they don't actually even have an ending yet. So they were saying that there were issues, basically, that they haven't really fully utilized or wrote the loot system, the grouping system, like how you'd be playing with the buddies, and then the ending. So in my opinion, if you really think about it, the earliest that could actually happen would probably be at least 6 months. I would say at least 6 months from now. I mean, maybe into mid 2020. I'm thinking. I think that's the earliest that we can really expect it. Now, Blizzard, they're gonna make sure they put a nice seal and bow and tie on this. They're not gonna just release a game that's not good. They're gonna make sure that this game is bowed and tied and beautiful and set up right. And that's how it obviously should be. So we're gonna wait a little bit longer. So I don't think that it's coming in like tomorrow or anything like that. But I think it's going to be worth the wait. Make sure to go pre-register for it so you can be there for betas or whatever else that they do decide to throw at us. I'm really excited about this one. Super pumped. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to smash that like button if you did. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, folks, because I got a lot of stuff coming for you. We got a lot of Diablo 3 stuff actually I'm doing now. I'm doing Clash of Clans stuff, and I'm going to be doing Diablo Immortal as soon as this drops. I'm going to be bringing you a whole bunch of information about that. Stay tuned here for all of the Diablo Immortal news. That's right, we're going to be breaking down all the live and latest news of Diablo Immortal and bringing you along as we go forth into this awesome journey. And of course, Diablo 4. I do not need to say anymore. Diablo 4. Whew. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you there.